Hey everyone, Goji Fan Predator 2003 here with another review. Now, first I'd like to address my apologies for being so late on these. I've just been feeling a bit down under the weather due to the recent changes, and now I'm feeling a bit better, so I'm a bit more confident in releasing and making a new video tomorrow, so I plan to get that done. So right now, let's get right into it. Here is Melba from Ultimantiga. This is the 500 series version. I'm going to make that clear now. So, yeah, let's get right into the history. He first appeared in Ultraman Tiga in the first episode, and he appeared from Easter Island, coming right out of the ground, or a mountain, then flew straight over to Japan, where his buddy Golza was, in order to intercept a glowing pyramid that housed 3 statues, each one of a different Ultra. Now, to my knowledge, we have no idea what the other 2 were, but one of them was Tiga. And getting into these 2, well, Golza was first to get to the pyramid, and he started blasting it away. Then, after that, went after the statues, knocked one to the ground, started smashing one of them to bits, and so did Melba when he came, then pecked at the statue. And Golza was about to crush another, but then Tiga awoke, and, well, then Melba just kind of ran off. And Golza fought Ultraman Tiga, causing Golza to retreat. Then Melba came back into the picture and started to fight Tiga. However, it eventually landed in more to Tiga's favor, and he eventually blasted Melba to, I'd say, vaporized bits. So, yeah. After that, we only ever saw him as a component to 5 King and Tri King, along with Golba. The Golba being a fusion between Golza and Melba, with Melba's wings and tail and head being formed on the back of Golza. I think they made the Golza suit into Golba permanently to retire it. Then, in the middle between 5 King and Golba, we got Tri King, which is basically, which is in which Super Cov here, he is the legs and abdomen, Golza is the main body, and Melba is the crest head and wings, so yeah. Then 5 King, which includes Gankyu and Regubus as the arms, which I gotta say is quite interesting. Yeah, after Ultraman Tiga, Melba hasn't exactly been that much recognized, and we've only ever seen him as a fusion component for Tri King, 5 King, and Golba. So, yeah, that. I feel like there was a lot more potential. I feel like there was a lot more potential for Melba back then. But Tsuburaya probably thought it'd be a little too much, and given the similarities to another monster that Toho has, they probably cut it. Well, I guess that's something. So maybe in the future we'll get a project in which Melba comes back as a sort of Heisei tribute to Ultraman, so that would be interesting. Now, let's get right into articulation, shall we? He can rotate at his arms and wings, but the legs seem to get into the way a bit, mainly because of how it's designed. Then his tail rotates, but he can't rotate his head or his legs, because those are all single pieces. Now to detail, you can see that the wings have nice little wrinkles sculpted into there, so that's interesting, and we're painted a bit good. But not the backs. That's pretty much my main problem. I feel like they should have at least given it a bit more paint around here. But they do good detail on this, along with the back feet. To be honest, I feel like these were meant to be the other way, but they probably just made it stay like this to make it look a bit more aerodynamic. And the claws, now I think about it, I feel like Millennium Gigan has some inspiration because, well, look at these and compare it to Millennium Gigan. I don't have that one right now, but, well, I'd say it's there. So maybe they're sort of distant cousins or something. Then, back on detail, you see he's got nice dots here, nice and sculpted into there, along with the splits of the armor around here. And the one that's close to the neck is not painted, I'm afraid. But the beak and the eye are painted, a nice gold and orange color, as you can tell. The inside of the beak, not so much. And here you can see his tag, because this is a Spark doll. Yeah. Getting into my thoughts on Melba, I feel like there was a lot of potential, but they eventually, well, I guess not too much potential given how similar he looks to other kaiju. So, yeah. Now let's compare him to a few other creatures. Let's bring in Gankyu. This is how he sizes the Gankyu. I'd say this is a bit accurate. Yeah, I'd say that's good. Then you got Golza, which, yeah, they size pretty well. Here is Gudon, a bit random, but what are you going to do about it? Here is Super Cov. Yeah. Say they a bit accurate. Here is Regubus. I feel like Regubus should be a bit tall, a bit more tall compared to Melba, but that's just me. And here is Helboros, Chenlar. Oh, that boy. You can see how they size up to him. Then here is Twintail Dino Tank. You can see that comparison. Yeah. Then on the back, you got Grigio King and Mecha Gomora. So yeah, I'd say they size pretty well. And here's a surprise. Here is a smaller scale 1954 Godzilla. Yeah, I'd say this is pretty good. Yeah, this seems pretty accurate. Or Godzilla should be a bit more. Oh wait, my apologies. Now, get into my thoughts on Melba again. I feel like there would have been a bit more potential. Feels left out and generic. And comparing him to Dino Tank, yeah, I'd say there'd be a few difficulties considering everything. And the same could be said for Helboros, given that, well, it appeared in a later generation, but had a hard time trying to make it fit into other series outside of Ultraman Taiga. Mecha Gomora, mechanized Gomora, but it'd be a bit hard to fit him in. And I guess the same could be said for Grego Kane, but they eventually changed the suit a bit. But, yeah. I feel like there was a bit more potential for these guys. Not, like, groundbreaking, but good potential nonetheless. And, yeah. So far, those are my thoughts on these guys. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And right now, I think I best get into making a video for tomorrow. So, I guess I best get ready because the week is bound to start again. So until then, stay safe. And try not to... And maybe be careful when trekking around Easter Island. Because who knows? You may encounter Melba from the ground. So respect it, else he and the others may come for you. That's something to think about.